be on neighborhood travel, where you know if you live in a specific neighborhood that your streets are okay, and then get out and run a couple of errands if you can. But farther south of the triangle, even that is going to be dicey. Let's take a look at the current rain. There's plenty of it out there this morning. Some of the driest spots are actually right in downtown Raleigh, northern Wake County. There's a little band of rain farther to the north that's moving from east to west, the same direction everything's been moving as all the moisture keeps getting dragged in around the circulation associated with what's left of Florence. There's Johnston County, still some heavy rain, especially the farther south you go, around Four Oaks and down towards Benson. Same thing for southern Wayne County, some of the spots that have received the heaviest rain overall. We're going to show you coming up in our next half hour the estimate of how much rain has added up. But I want to focus right now on the current rain that's still causing additional problems, and it's not going to end anytime soon. Right now, Sampson County, Cumberland County, still getting heavy downpours. And same thing as we look up into Harnett County, about a foot of rain in different parts of Harnett County already. Moore County seeing a couple of breaks here and there around Pinehurst, and same thing for western Lee County, just to the west of Sanford. But then more heavy rain as you look into Chatham County, and numerous counties still under flash flood warnings right now. So for the flash flood warnings, it's Moore, Lee, Wake County still at this point, Johnston County, Wilson County, Wayne County, Sampson County, Cumberland County, and Harnett County. So everybody from the triangle southward essentially is under a flash flood warning still at this point. Florence itself, now a tropical depression with 35-mile-an-hour winds, continues to move farther and farther to the west, but that flow just continues to roll off the Gulf Stream and towards us. Let's take a look at Futurecast. We'll switch from what the radar looks like right now to what it's going to look like as we head through the day. And the pattern doesn't change a whole lot initially, but we'll freeze the maps here this evening. Some hopeful signs at that point. Not this. This is more heavy rain headed for our southern counties, but more breaks in between these rain bands at that point as Florence continues to make progress to the northwest. It's going to bring some very heavy rainfall and landslide potential to the western half of our state. But as we go into tonight, there's still going to be these bursts of rain, but they're going to be separated by some breaks in between. That doesn't alleviate the flooding problems. Hopefully, it will prevent them from getting worse. But we are going to be waking up, well, maybe at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll be waking up to more heavy rain moving across the central North Carolina with some breaks here and there as we go through the day on Monday, but we're not going to dry out. There are going to be more scattered showers, thunderstorms. Again, probably not enough to cause additional flooding problems, but enough to keep the existing problems from getting any better. So we head farther into Monday and Monday night. Finally, things show more of a trend of drying out a bit, but it won't be until Tuesday night that we completely get rid of this rainy weather pattern. So how much more? Farther northeast, it's going to be less. Farther to the west and southwest, that's where you're going to see the heaviest amounts, particularly in the Sand Hills. Southern coastal plain, you still got plenty of rain headed towards you, especially through the first half of today. River flooding is going to be a significant concern as we head through the upcoming week. Aaron is standing by with more information about that.
Because this morning, the Cape Fear River in Fayetteville reached flood stage. So it just reached its flood stage this morning. Right now, the river's up to 34.76 feet. Flood stage is 35, but it's expected to rise all the way up to 62.3 feet by early on Tuesday morning. If you're wondering what that means for the city of Fayetteville, well, at 48 feet, you'll start to see significant lowland flooding. By 60 feet, water will begin to bypass the left side of the NC-24 bridge. And then once we get closer to 64 feet, that's when thousands of acres on both sides of the Cape Fear River will be completely inundated with water. So this is a huge concern for us right now. Keep in mind that even though it just reached flood stage, it's going to get worse and worse as we head through the weekend and continue to rise all the way up until early on Tuesday. Here's a look at what's happening along the Cape Fear River in Lillington. Currently at 10.15 feet. It hasn't reached flood stage quite yet. That's considered at 14 feet is when it will be flooded. It's expected to crest a little earlier on Monday, reaching up to 25.8 feet. Once this particular point of the river gets up to 19 feet, that's when storm drains on the eastern bank start to become inundated. So we'll be watching for that as we head through the weekend. And remember, it's just not a good idea to be along parts of the Neuse River or parts of the Cape Fear River. Goldsboro, another spot that's seeing extreme flooding. Right now, the Neuse River is up to 21.7 feet here. It's already past flood stage, which is 18 feet, and it's expected to crest on Monday, getting up to about 26.8 feet. Now, once the river gets up to 26 feet here, flooding will start to threaten to close US 117. There are already parts of US 117 closed because of the heavy rainfall, and there's just little chunks of it closed all throughout our area. So I think that will be closed sooner than Monday, since I'm already seeing parts of it closed right now. We also have a couple of other spots along our local rivers that are expected to flood. I'll show you that information a little bit later on this morning. The biggest concern, though, today, Paul, is the concern for flash flooding.
Right, and the difference is that the river flooding is the waterways absorbing all of the water that results from flash flooding when the rain is just continuing to fall. Flash flood watch continues through Monday morning, and it does still include the Triangle, does not include counties to the north and northeast of the Triangle. Lines up with the Weather Prediction Center's outlook for excessive rainfall. You can see these purple shaded areas, yet again a high risk from the Triangle to the west and southwest. In the Triangle, the flooding problems should be localized. I don't think we're going to see the intense rainfall that areas to our south and southwest are going to receive, but we're still talking about way too much rain falling onto already saturated ground. Finally, we start to get rid of the rainy weather pattern as we head into the day on Tuesday. We'll leave the rain chances less than 50-50 on Tuesday. We'll call it cautious optimism that things will be drying out at that point, and it does look dry Wednesday, Thursday, most of Friday, and even our chance of rain on Saturday is going to be that spotty variety. For the first day of fall, it's still going to feel awfully like summer, but we'll worry about temperatures a little bit farther down the line. For today and tomorrow, still a significant flooding threat. Flash flooding gradually transitioning to excessive river flooding as we head through the upcoming week.
All right, thank you, Paul. Florence, we all know